What is up, members of my collector corps? It is I, Super Mario Zilla, or you could call me Vinny, and today we will be taking a look at the Titanic Creations comic Gorgo. So I'll be honest here, I'm not at all familiar with this monster, but he looks cool and he was recommended among kaiju collectors, which is why I picked him up. Produced by Titanic Creations, the first Gorgo released and fans loved it. Came with a lot of accessories and was decently posable. Scaled well with other monsters as well. This is not the first Gorgo, this is the comic book variant where he resembles how he looked in the comic. This is the second Gorgo in the lineup, although he doesn't have as many accessories as last time. So, a bit of a bummer, but the figure is at least worth the price point, which is something not a lot of kaiju figures can say. This version of Gorgo is also limited to 500 figures, so yes, this will be a rarity if you did not get one. The first Gorgo fetches a pretty penny on the aftermarket, and is also quite rare. Will the figure be worth tracking down? Let's not waste any more time and see if this figure is worthy of a spot on your kaiju shelf. Gorgo looks awesome. His paint job really sells it and looks just like how he did in the comics. It's fantastic. The colorization, the blending, the dry brushing, all of it looks good on this figure. And the sculpt is great stuff too. The sculpt work I love and the paint job complements it really well. Gorgo's eyes are painted symmetrically, and this is cheaper than most Monster Arts figures, so again, this is proof that you can paint small eyes on a figure. Take that, Monster Arts. The choice of green is a good choice in my opinion. I love this green so much. The back features a great dry brushing job which looks awesome. Makes the details pop. There's shading on the body which again makes the details pop. It looks awesome. The sculpt is a wrinkly scale sculpt and it all looks good. Gorgo's claws look mighty and ferocious and his nails have some shading. His feet are big and mean, packing some muscle details on the legs and the arms. The legs are where some of the black shading is featured, and also some more dry brushing. The body has some of the black shading as well. The paint job is really clean and well done, and overall, I think he looks really solid from head to tail. He has so much going for him, and that is awesome. I never thought it would be this good in person, and I'm happy to be wrong about that. Gorgo looks awesome, so yeah, again, I could go on and on, but we gotta get a move on. Gorgo, again, looks fantastic. Gorgo's articulation is pretty fine. It's pretty good for the figure of this. It's fine for what it is. It's not super posable. But you know, it's fine for what it is. So let's go over what Gorgo's got. His jaw is on a hinge, so he can open up. However, if you make Gorgo look down, the jaw is going to close by itself because it gets in the way of the head and neck. So yeah, it's a bit of an issue. Hopefully it'll be corrected on future figures. But either way, his head is on a ball joint, I believe, and he can look pretty much a decent way up. Can look a little bit down, can lean a little bit, and can look side to side. His neck is also on the ball joint, I believe. It's very slight, minimal, so it's mostly just a swivel. It moves in conjunction with the head. So, not bad. Arms are on a swivel hinge, can rotate, and can hinge upward. Arms can hinge just about 90 degrees, which is pretty good. Elbows are on a swivel, so that acts as the bicep swivel, and is also on a hinge. So he can move just about a little bit over 90 degrees, so that's good. Hands are on a swivel hinge as well. Just need to find the hinge. There it is. Gorgo's waist is on a swivel. It has slight ball joint movement, slight. It's mostly just a swivel. Legs can kick forward just about this much, can kick backward just about this much. Well, it could do pretty much a full 360, but I'm not going to. And can split forward just about this far, and can close inward just about this far. So legs is pretty much on ball jointed movement, sort of. It's decent for what it is. Knees are on a swivel hinge. This is how far the knees can extend. And this is how far they can bend. Ankles are on a swivel hinge. Yeah, so it's a little bit stiff. Yeah, this figure can be a little bit stiff, so do be careful. Sorry, you do not break it. But it can swivel and hinge. This one is a little bit loose, so do be mindful of that. If you rotate it correctly, you can get ankle rocker out of the foot, so that's good. And toes are on a hinge and can go pretty much all the way. Tail is on a series of ball joints. It's not much compared to other kaiju figures, but it's still decent for what it is. Gorgo's articulation is fun. He's just not going to be as posable as other monsters. So yeah, if you're getting this figure, don't expect Figure Arts level of articulation. Otherwise, you should be golden. And I think Gorgo is a decent time to pose anyway. So yeah, for what it is, his articulation is just fine. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it's still fine for what it is. Gorgo may not have a lot of accessories, but he has one thing, and that's this tiny Gorgo figure. The sculpted details are softer, but the paintwork is still there, so that's pretty cool. I love the dry brushing work and the green again. It all looks good. This is a nice addition to the package. Here's a size comparison with other figures you may or may not own. Gorgo is an average size kaiju figure, which is not a problem. If you need him on a display with other figures, you should have no problem with that at all. I love this figure. It's well done and makes young Gary that much more enticing and exciting. Gorgo has everything a good kaiju figure needs. He looks great, articulation is decent, his size is good, and he at least has one accessory, which is awesome. I recommend this figure, if you could find him. He's long gone now, but occasionally he'll pop up on eBay with ridiculous asking prices. So try to find this for under $150. Anything more than that is a no-no. I want to see this line take off and do better with each release. If you try to find any of the Gorgo figures, make sure you're not spending $300, that's way too much. If you manage to see one for a good price, snag him. That being said, I'll give Gorgo an 8 out of 10. Not perfect, but still a very nice piece.